Every building you see, no matter how beautiful or well designed, moves. Concrete expands when hot, contracts when cold, and shifts under load. And if we don't give that movement a place to go, the building will create it by force through cracks, separation, and structural failure. That's where expansion joints comes in. In this video, I'll be explaining everything you need to know about expansion joints, what they are, why they are used, and the engineering principle behind where we place them. We will talk about temperature changes, long span structure, shrinkage, differential settlement, and how expansion joints protect your building from stress and cracking. By the end of this video, you will not just know what an expansion joint is, you will understand how to design it, how to position it, and how to keep your structure safe, durable, and stable for decades. I'm Okeke Richard Miracle. Welcome to SamGoz Engineering, and in this channel, we help you develop the required skills and enhance your knowledge to elevate your engineering career. So if this is what you want, you can quickly subscribe. This is a school building that we recently carried out for one of our clients. So if you can see, this building is more than 60 meters in length. Yeah, it's more than 60 meters in length. This video is all about expansion joints. So first, I'll start by why do we have expansion joints in our building? It's due to thermal expansion and thermal contraction. Let me explain so you get to understand better. Remember, concrete is being subjected to expansion during high temperature. That means when there is under sun, concrete will tend to expand, and also subjected to contraction during low temperature. That's during cold weather. Concrete will tend to what? Contrast. That's expansion and contraction. And this is known as thermal expansion and thermal contraction. So we do include expansion joints so that our structural members can easily expand and contract without causing crack. So for that reason, once our building is more than 30 meters in length, we do include expansion joints. And how do we include expansion joints? So if you see, this is the school building project. This is the elevation, and also this is the floor plan. Why this is the first floor plan? Then this is where we did our column placement. So how do we introduce expansion joint in our building? You introduce expansion joint by placing two columns close to each other. These two columns will be close to this other. Then the space in between those two columns is called your expansion joint. That means concrete will expand and contrast, so that once it's expanding, it will not come in contact with this concrete, with this structural member. That means it will give it room to expand, which as a result of that, due to the room to expand, it will not cause crack on the neighboring structural member. So what is the spacing between these two columns? For expansion joint, the spacing between this column is from 25 mm to 75 mm. So this is where we carried out our structural framing. So I'll go to AutoCAD, I'll go to ProtaStructure to show you our modeling. This is our modeling in ProtaStructure. So if you can see, this is the expansion joint. Look at, we're having this column and also this column. Then in between them is a space of 25 mm. So that space is our expansion joint. That means our concrete can expand and contract without causing crack on the neighboring structural members. So that is the main reason for expansion joint. Then I would like to explain something. Some people will also ask, is this expansion joint, should it be seen in our foundation level? The answer is no. The expansion joint should not be seen in our foundation level. Reason is because at the foundation level, there is nothing like temperature change. Yes, there's the temperature at the foundation level is moderate. Yeah, it's moderate because you know that at the foundation level, our substructure is being covered by soil. So that soil is now causing our substructure to have a moderate temperature. That means at the soil, at that substructure, there will be nothing like heat, and also there will be nothing like cold, meaning that there will be nothing like expansion and what? Contraction. So due to the soil serves as an insulator. Insulator means that an insulator is any material that does not conduct heat or that does not permit heat transfer. Yeah, so since the soil acts as an insulator, therefore preventing heat transfer in our substructure. So for that reason, there will be no expansion and contraction joint at the foundation level. So that's why if you're looking at this part footing, expansion joint is not being included. But we do include settlement joint at the foundation level. Okay, what is the difference between expansion joint and settlement joint? For example, assuming that this side of the building, assuming that this, these are expansion joint, assuming that this side of the building is something like a two-story building, while this other side is just this. So assuming that this side is a three-story building, while this side is just a one-story building, you know that the rate at which this side will settle will be different from the rate at which this side will settle. That means for that reason we will be having what is called settlement joint. That means we will no longer call this an expansion joint. We will still call it expansion joint, but it's not serving two purposes. One, as it will be serving as expansion joint, and also it will be serving as settlement joint. And two, in the settlement joint, it will be seen at your foundation level. Yes, if you want to learn more about the settlement joint, you can enroll for our course. Our course is there. You can enroll for our course. Everything is well detailed, so you get to learn more about this settlement joint. And two, don't forget, our course comes with a free CV template, a free detailing template, and you also have access to me, and then you have the software installed for you freely, so you can enroll for our course. It's very affordable. Yeah, I consider the fact that most of you are all students, so that's why I made it affordable. So our settlement joint will start from this foundation level, and to our settlement joint ranges from 150 millimeter to 200 millimeter. That is the range of our settlement joint. Listen, why do we have settlement joint? I've explained it before. Because of the rate at, if here is 3-story building and here is 1-story building, the rate at which they settle will not be the same. That means this one that is of 3-story building will tend to settle faster than this one that is of 1-story building. And if the whole building are being joined, that means there will be stress induced in this foundation level, which will result to cracks and what, structural failure. So for that reason, to prevent those cracks and structural failure, we do include what is called settlement joint. And to our settlement joint starts from the foundation level up to the roof level, from the foundation level up to the roof level. Then in case of seismic region, if you want to master structural design and detailing in just 10 days, I created a course where I carried out the full structural design of this residential building from start to finish. In this 10-day structural design masterclass of this residential building, we carried out the structural framing, modeling, analysis, and design every structural members. We analyze the forces acting on them and design reinforcement to counter those forces. From there, we move into foundation detailing, part-based detailing, column detailing, slab detailing, even staircase detailing. We also sectioned and detailed our staircase and slab. And finally, I showed how to print and present your drawing professionally. This course is highly in-depth because I poured out my knowledge about structural design into it. Honestly, it's more in-depth than all the free structural design videos on YouTube. And think about it, if my free lessons here on YouTube are already this good, just imagine my paid courses. This is all you need to become a confident, competent structural engineer. It is an investment you will never regret in this life, because remember, the greatest investment with the highest return is the one you make on yourself. And the good thing is, this course is highly affordable because I consider the fact that most of you are still students. The link to this course is in this video description. It is the first link you will see. Go and enjoy every bit of the lesson. Do you want to master structural design in 10 days? This course will get you there. Yeah, we have seismic joint, but that one is far beyond the scope of this video. But for seismic joint, the spacing between our column members is what, 300 mm. 300 mm. So I hope you understand the reason why we have expansion joint in our building, and also places where we and also the reasons why we include settlement joint and also seismic joint. So I hope that this video have really blessed you. Remember, don't forget to get our paid course, because our paid course is more in-depth, is more variable and more in-depth than any of my YouTube video, because in the paid course I calm down and explain everything in detail.